Back on Local 6 Midday, another edition of Local 6 Legal Line with attorneys Mark Bryant, Emily Roark from the Bryant Law Center in Paducah. Your questions, we're taking them right now at 1-888-208-6946. And we've been talking about the 3M litigation. We've been talking about litigation against Roundup. Anything else you want to inquire about, give us a call. But Mark, what else is going on at the Bryant Law Center?
Well, I mean, we got something that really is going to turn into a big deal, I believe. It's about a chemical called 303, and farmers use it, and people that have heavy equipment, lawnmowers, and oftentimes they buy it at Walmart, or they'll buy it at I mean, there are several places. Smitty's sells it, Rural King sells it, and anyhow, the stuff's been taken off the shelf in many states and found that it causes problems for people that use the equipment. So if anybody has bought any 303, it's a transmission fluid, and you've got any kind of problems that you've had with your equipment, I wish you would call our law firm at 270-442-1422, and let's talk about it, because we've got some class action cases that we've already filed in U.S. District Court here and in state court in various counties, and if you have that and if you've had any problems with it, I wish you'd let us know. 303 originally was made out of whale oil from a sperm whale, and when the government wouldn't allow that to happen anymore, companies still continued to manufacture it without the whale oil in it, and the chemical that they put in there is causing equipment to break down. So if you've got anything like that, you've ever bought 303 fluid, I wish you'd give us a call.
Well, again, we've been talking about the Roundup case and 3M litigation, and we do have a question regarding Roundup. This fellow says, my dad farmed his whole life, passed away from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma 10 years ago, and he wants to know, can I still file a lawsuit in his name?
Yes, he still can file a lawsuit. He just needs to give our office a call. The only difficulty that we might have in that case is getting the medical records, but if he has the medical records, that will really help us too. But absolutely, he can still file a lawsuit in his dad's name. We just need to talk to him and get some information and see if we can still get medical records. That's going to be our biggest challenge in that case, but we'd be happy to talk to you, and it sounds like that you fit all of the criteria for a Roundup lawsuit, so we'd be happy to discuss the case.
Lenny has a question. He said, how much exposure to Roundup should I have had to qualify for this case?
That's the weird thing about Roundup. Some people may have just gotten exposed to it one time and got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma as a result of it. So we just have to interview you and find out. We've had people that worked around it their whole life and never had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We've had other people who worked around it their whole life and they've had it. People in their family have had it. So there's no set amount. But you just need to pick up the phone and give us a call.
William has a quick question. We have about a minute left. He says, I filed suit. Are there any updates on this case?
It's moving along, and it's going pretty quickly. The weird thing about Roundup is it's in many jurisdictions, so I don't know where your case is filed. It may be in St. Louis County, it may be in St. Louis City, it may be in federal court in California, it may be in state court in California, but it is moving along. Some places it's stalled, some places we believe that it's being mediated, and we hope that this case may be resolved shortly. We don't know what shortly means in a class action or in a mass tort case, so you know, I think that the best thing I can tell you right now is that there is a possibility these cases could be resolved in a mediation, or if not, that I think you'll be seeing some of these set for trial shortly. We've already seen some verdicts, and those verdicts have been all good for the plaintiffs, for our side. And if it's not resolved in mediation, you'll see more cases set, and we'll see more good verdicts on our side.
Mark Bryant, Emily Roark have been our guests today on this edition of Local 6 Legal Line, representing Bryant Law Center in Paducah.